Hello all, this is Shiv Prasad Kotagal again from tablamasters.com, and I have today with us Karthik Malavalli ji, who is Akarsh's dad. Akarsh has been with us for a couple of years now. Is that right, Karthik ji?
Yeah, uh, hello
So,
Shivji. It's been about 2 years now. Yeah,
yes, so welcome and thank you for accepting the call for this interview.
thank you so much for having me.
Sure. And we can probably start off with a small introduction. Karthik ji works for a big consulting firm, and I would like to uh, give it to Karthik ji to say a few words about him and introduce himself.
Sure, Shivji. Yeah, so we moved to Atlanta in 2014. We were in New Jersey before that. Akarsh was, I think, 5 years at that time. So we started, Chinmaya Mission Balvihar. So that's where we actually got to know Param Shikhar Academy, and Akarsh also had an inclination towards music.
Got it.
My father had, I used to learn Mridangam when I was
Got it.
young,
Got
and
it.
when we were in India, he tried a few, he tried the Mridangam, and he kind of got interested. So
Right.
my father also said that we should put him on some percussion instrument.
Got it.
So
Got it.
that's when I think I was think we the meeting uh, with you and through Chinmaya Mission, it
Got it.
all worked out really well for us.
So
Yeah.
was it in the Chinmay Mission? You know, we they used to have a in SFMS they used to have a rotunda, and uh, was it at that place that we met? I'm trying to recollect where we met
No,
first.
no, actually we could not meet there. I believe you were doing some classes in Gurukul for some time.
Yes, yes,
But I think we started with the Paramshikar after you stopped there.
got
He
it, got
started
it,
coming to
got it,
your home directly.
got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense, makes sense. So, how did you move? You know, decide between Mridangam and Tabla? What influenced that decision?
No,
Was it just
I didn't know anybody who was teaching Mridangam.
got it?
But tabla was actually my favorite instrument also.
Got it. Got it.
Uh,
So
so yeah.
there are a lot of good Mridangam players in the area, and in one way I'm glad you didn't come across them because or else we would have met Akash. It's been such a joy and pleasure to have him in the classes, and consistently he has broken records. I can say that he's broken all 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 standing records from every perspective, from the point of progressing, picking up things, being on schedule for with daily practice, exams. I I mean you you know how it has been. I
Yeah.
have I don't have words to express our joy about Akarsh. So what has been your experience for the past 2 years? How has been the journey for Akarsh? What's your perspective?
Yeah, it's been the same kind of experience that we have been going through also. I mean, it's just it was kind of amazing to see him pick up things so quickly.
Right,
I'm sure it all boils down to the teaching methods and how you challenge the kids and things like that. But one of the things that uh, he has been good at is making sure that he listens to his mother a lot.
got it,
He doesn't go against anything that she says. So one
got
of
it,
the things that we have been asking him to focus on is to keep up practice
right,
every day,
right,
and it's quite visible the way. I mean, I still have the videos when he started, and
right,
when I compare that to what where he is now, I see a tremendous amount of progress, and I think
correct,
it's all due to
correct.
the practice and I think I'm sure it's the effective teaching methods. I think.
Yeah, so thanks for your kind words about teaching and our involvement. But I think of it as, if there's a vehicle, the two front tires, one is one is the teaching and one is the practice. The practice, how much effort you are putting. So even if anyone is missing, uh, the vehicle is not going to move forward. So
Correct.
in that sense, uh, uh, at least half the credit goes to Akash. So for his sincerity, taking our word for it, uh, you know, just doing whatever we are recommending or advising him to, just putting it into practice. So that's incredible.
Yeah, I keep
So
telling him about what you said in one of those recitals when you were playing with the Sarod
correct,
player.
correct.
You had asked uh, him as to what's the significance of sitting at a corner for an hour every day and practicing and dedicating time.
Correct,
And the answer that he had given was really touching,
correct.
and I keep telling him the same thing and
Right,
keep
right.
reminding him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So, so glad to know about how he's doing it. So, what is it like a daily practice schedule that he has put up, or is it weekly? How do you monitor his progress?
Yeah, he does it every day. Uh, he was doing it for like 15 to 30 minutes on a daily basis till one point, I think probably 6 months before, or even a year before. After COVID
Right,
started,
right.
um, he realized that he has more time now,
Time.
and
Yeah, that
right, and that kind of helped him stretch it to almost an hour every day.
fantastic.
um, and the examination practice and the practice for exams, all of those
Correct,
added on to over and above whatever he was practicing.
correct,
So yeah,
correct.
it's been,
That's
yeah, good that way.
that's great. And but just to give you a quick snapshot, the examiners all were also pretty amazed at how much progress they were asking. How long have you been playing? And you were like 2 years. And I think they were all a little taken a little aback when he said that. So they were pretty impressed of how much progress he has made. So that's incredible. So, what has been your experience with our online platforms, and has do you think that has helped Akash? What's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I think technology these days is so prevalent, and the kids are also so used to using
Quick.
technology.
Hmm.
That ways, I have had no issues making him learn how to use the technology.
Correct.
He has been able to manage himself.
Awesome.
He kind of uh, on his own taking printouts of the notes and
Yes.
listening to your videos. He's been
Awesome.
on his
Yeah.
own. It's
Yeah.
been very helpful.
Now I've seen that they see for the students it was seamless uh, transition. They just picked it up because their schools are also online. Everything is online. They
Correct.
know they know it. They figure it out very quickly. What about the certification exams and recitals? What has been your experience with that?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've come to understand after coming to this country is theory is so important before you get to the practicals. When come from driving, it's
Correct.
so important to know the theories of driving on the road, which makes actual driving simpler. That
Correct.
ways, I think the
Yes.
certification exams gave the foundations that is
Correct.
very nice, very necessary. The science behind
Correct.
tabla, which is more important, I think, before you actually start using
Correct.
it, so that you can use it properly.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, think the examinations, putting it into the curriculum, is definitely a great,
Awesome.
thing
Yep.
that any school should follow. Is what I feel.
Correct. Correct. That's amazing. Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think students have definitely benefited from this, and the structured progress that they make. What about recitals? How has your experience been with the recitals? And I know Akarsh has done a few now. And is he excited about the recitals? Is he tensed about them? How does he? How does it go?
It has changed a lot. It started off with that first one in the Dasara
Right.
Aradhane,
Right.
which you asked Akash to go and perform. He was
Okay.
like, I think we had just started probably 3 months into
Right.
tabla,
Right.
and I still remember he went onto the stage and he just kept his head down watching the lehra, and he didn't see anybody until he completed the performance. and
Correct. Correct.
and since then, if I see, the recital that was done in coming, I think
Yeah.
the auditorium,
Yeah. Yep.
things have changed a lot. I think you also helped him perform in one of the
Correct.
performances where one of the
Correct.
musicians had come.
Correct.
Um, so I've seen that he's grown in
Correct.
confidence. I think
Correct. Yes.
stage fear
Is
is something that
yes.
artists have to overcome. I think all of these
Correct.
recitals definitely help a lot.
Correct. Correct. Yes, that's amazing. Yes, and he has of course he's just a couple of years now he started, so there's he's going to play so many more. So uh, he will, he's going to blossom into definitely a great artist. And as you said, it's this is something that as an artist everybody has to face, the stage fear and coming up. So he's progressing really well, and I have no doubts about him being performing great on stage.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunities.
You're welcome. You're
Without
welcome.
that, it wouldn't be possible.
Sure, sure. So, um, what? So now that Akarsh, what grade is he in now?
He's in sixth grade.
Sixth grade, right? So with him, couple of years still going to high school, I think he's going to probably finish up his seventh level certification, which is equivalent to the bachelor's degree in music in India. So if he continues next couple of years, he should be able to wrap that up before high school, which is the ideal target, which tell parents, start off at in fifth grade or so. By the time you reach high school, you have the certifications completed, so
Mhm.
you have all the necessary knowledge that you need as a tabla player, and from there your journey goes on to become an artist, or whatever you want to do with that art. So
Mm.
he's on track to do that. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So so after bachelor's is
So there's this Alankar, which is a slightly higher level
okay.
of it's probably equivalent to a PhD, where they have to do some research and all that kind of stuff. But it
Nice.
depends on how much time he has and how much time he
Okay.
wants to spend.
Okay.
But uh, I think till the seven levels of certification will make sure that he has a complete background of whatever goes on in tabla. So it's most of the aspects will be um, unfurled till then. And final certification also has a public performance as part of it. So for an hour or so they have to play a public performance tabla solo, like arangetram in dance. We have the rang pravesh in or manch pravesh in
Okay.
tabla.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, yes, me too. um, So, for what has been your experience as a parent? I mean, if there are parents who are watching this, who are thinking about getting their kids into learning an Indian classical instrument like tabla, or joining tablamasters.com, do you have any words of advice for them?
Yeah, in this current times when it's so easy to get distracted, um, you know, and kids become, I mean, they're so vulnerable at their age. I think it's very important to have an area of focus where the kids are able to sit at one place and do one thing and focus on it for a prolonged period of time. I think that helps both academically as well as becoming confident as an individual. I think for me personally, uh, Akash, getting into tabla and sitting in front of tabla practicing has been I've seen a lot of you know uh, improvement in his attention span, in his concentration. Um, I feel it's one of the things that every kid should do. Uh,
Correct, correct,
should choose an area where they are interested in, and
correct,
I think it's also easy to make out when the kids are at a particular age group. It's easy
right,
to make out what their line of interest is,
correct,
and we should pursue that,
correct,
and help them.
correct.
Use that
Yes,
um, as an opportunity to make them stronger in their mind and be
yes,
prepared for the tougher challenges.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I was reading this. There was a research, some research done by Microsoft a few years back, almost 8 years back, I think, about attention spans. And in 2000, year 2000, the attention span of a normal average human was 12 seconds. By 2013, it came down to 8 seconds. So so because of all the technology and everything, it's affecting the human brain a lot. And we have to recognize, you hit the nail on the head in that sense. We have to recognize that we have to get the kids at the right age a tool to uh, get improve their focus and get them grounded and strong in their pursuits, and it's going to help in every other aspect of their activity and endeavor. So so I'm I appreciate what you said about this and your advice to the parents, and I that definitely encourage the same thing. And so, any other thoughts about how we can improve our content delivery to the students at tablamasters.com? Anything that you think um, can help the students further in their journey?
Um, yeah, I think uh, and the fact that Akash is now doing two classes every week, I think it's keeping him challenged. Uh, at one point, he was slightly getting a little bored, but I
Yes.
think the
Hmm.
fact that he now has a little more things to do, that is helping a lot.
Got it.
Um, uh, Maybe one thing that I feel could also help is you know I'm sure they will learn this at some point, but uh, in terms of improving their finesse and
Yes.
getting setting a higher bar for themselves.
Yes.
Uh, when you know something, you kind of feel happy with
Complacent.
what you have, complacent, yeah. But then how do they set
Push
a
further.
higher bar for themselves? Maybe
Correct.
that's one thing. Some
Got it.
advice to them would probably
Got it.
help, I guess.
So yeah, I think we will start. We'll definitely work on more inputs on that. I think one thing we have to make it as a part of our regular class schedule is watching other artists and great masters as a part of our curriculum. So instead of just being focused on what we need to do, we'll have to listen to more music. So um, sometimes they say listening is half the learning. So it's unless you don't listen to somebody playing good music, how are you going to produce it yourself?
Correct,
Because
correct.
so I think we have to work on that aspect, and we'll make some efforts on our end to improve that for students. And with the new communication platform that we are coming up for kids, I'm hoping to share more videos and of mine as well as other artists, and so that people get or the kids get motivated to improve their playing. And you're very true. and I see that a lot of students, they play, and once they have played it once, they are satisfied. Yeah, I'm done with this. It's like they
Yeah.
want to move on to something new. So that's always a challenge for not just the students, but even accomplished artists. It's the same issue that they have to encounter. But that's great input. We'll make it a point to include that in our improvements.
Sure. Thanks.
So I think that's about it. Anything else you want to share with us? This was a great interview. Thanks for all your inputs, and also your advice to parents and recommendations for tablamasters.com.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to speak with you and share my thoughts.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
You're
it's
welcome,
been
and
a
thank
pleasure last 2 years, and I look forward for a very long time, long association.
thank you, Karthik. 1 second.